Sovereign, North Mymms. Southern Cross Garage, Swanland Road. North Mymms became operational from the 10th of November 1991. By this point, Sovereign HERTSrider and Welwyn Hatfield Line were owned by Blazefield Holdings and no longer connected to county bus and coach. There are also the operations at Harrow for LRT routes H10, H11, H13 and H17. It took over the engineering functions from the ex-London Transport Garage at St Albans, resulting in its final closure. Routes 334, 335, 342, 804, 827 and 842 were transferred from the council depot, and the Herts County Council contracts operated by Lucketts, which were acquired the same day, also operated from North Mymms. In 1992, staff shortages resulted in the ex-Lucketts operations being reassigned to other operators from the 5th of January. Lucketts regained the W9, the 306, 309 and 311 went to Luton and District. From the same date, Sovereign changed route serving St Albans and some of the Welwyn Hatfield Line routes. New routes WH1 and WH2 were added, but the WH8 was replaced by the 338 and WH9 by the 339. In addition, except for the Bristol VR and the school routes, the HERTSrider operations at Codicote were transferred to North Mymms. School routes G22 and G23 moved to North Mymms from the 1st of September. There is also a minibus swap between Codicote, North Mymms and St Albans. This time Metro riders went from North Mymms to Codicote. North Mymms got Mercedes from St Albans and they got Nationals from Codicote and North Mymms. In 1993, on the 3rd of April, Welwyn Hatfield Line, not Sovereign, at Codicote started operating new route 399 under contract to London Regional Transport. A Plaxton bodied Mercedes-Benz 709D was transferred from Sovereign Harrow G908 UPP and had the blue bits replaced by brown bits. Harrow got a new Mercedes-Benz H11D with Plaxton bodywork as compensation, K5 SBC. There are another two, K3 SBC and K4 SBC. These received a rusty red cream livery and Blazefield buses names. They were allocated to North Mymms for new competitive route B2 in St Albans, a response to Challenger route C2, which competed with the Sovereign operated S2. Fleet numbering returned from 19th of June based on registrations, but K3, 4 and 5 SBC were renumbered 433 to 435. Over the weekend of the 21st, 22nd of August, the Welwyn Hatfield Line operations at Codicote were transferred to North Mymms. The two fleets now share the same site. The Welwyn Hatfield Line fleet consisted of 587, 597, 620, 714, 774 to 780, 782 to 784, 908, 992 and 993. I'm not sure when the switch was made from brown and cream to red and cream. E975 DGS was reported in red cream in TLB 349 and 784 was reported in red cream with WHL names in TLB 354, followed by 783 in what was described as new red and cream in TLB 355. These are reference to the TLB lots newsletters. Blazefield buses, as I mentioned, carried a rusty red cream livery but in different proportions. Several buses, including 908, were painted red cream during March 1994, again TLB 356. This meant that in under 1 year 908 had carried blue cream, brown cream and red cream. The last brown cream buses received the red cream livery during April. The WHL fleet was now National 664, Metro Riders 714, 729, 730, 774 to 778, 782 to 784 and Mercedes 433, 434, 908, 992 and 993. Of these, 433, 434 and National 664 were in the now defunct Blazefield buses version of red cream, and 730 and 776 carried colour bus adverts. The delivery of new Plaxton Beaver bodied Mercedes-Benz H11D 449 454 to North Mymms saw 902, 904 move over to Welwyn Hatfield Line and received red cream, and Metro Riders 729 and 730 were withdrawn. Blazefield Holdings took over BTS coaches from the 10th of August 1994. At this time operated the 13 and 114 under contract to London Regional Transport. At the start of 1995, the Sovereign fleet at North Mymms was now Olympians 3940, Lynx 204, 213, 215, Mercedes 449 to 454, National 606, 641, 681, 692, Metro Riders 783, I think 806 was a Metro Rider, and then Mercedes 903, 905, 990 and 991, the Welwyn Hatfield Line fleet was Mercedes 433, 434, National 664, Metro Rider 777, 778, 782, 784, Mercedes 901, 902, 904, 908, 992 and 993. In mid-March, 5 Volvo B10B with white interior bodywork entered service at Stevenage on the 300, resulting in various reallocations. North Mymms got another 2 Olympians, 37 and 38. Mercedes-Benz H11D 449, 451 went to Stevenage in exchange for Nationals 521, 533 and 543. 658 moved to St Albans and 905 became a WHL bus, replacing Metro Rider 777, which was withdrawn, and North Mymms swapped 990 for 916 at St Albans. New Mercedes-Benz H11D 455, 461 were allocated to Harrow in May. This released 403, 404 and 410 to North Mymms and 406 to 409 to St Albans. Some more Nationals and Metro Riders were withdrawn. In July, 403, 404 and 410 moved to Stevenage, 449 to 451 returned, and Mercedes 906 moved to the Welwyn Hatfield Line fleet. Effective 1st of January 1996, all Welwyn Hatfield Line routes, that's the WH1, WH3 to WH8, the 201, 312, 315, 330, 340 and LRT route 339 were reassigned to Sovereign Bus and Coach. The operator's licence for Welwyn Hatfield Line Bus Co Limited was surrendered, and 443, 434, 664, 901, 902, 904 to 908, 910, 992 and 993 were now Sovereign vehicles carrying Welwyn Hatfield Line branding. Route PB1 was taken over by MTL London from the 8th of January. A further batch of Volvo B10B arrived 106 to 110 for an upgraded 734 which started on the 17th of March. There's also some swapping with the Shires involving Stevenage and Watford routes. 664's London vehicles withdrawn, and some of the 4XX and 9XX Mercs left the fleet. Lynx 215 replaced 664 and received red and cream livery. The contract for the 399 was lost to Thamesway from 6th of April, and the route was then split as the 389 and 399. Olympian 33 was an unexpected transfer to BTS, being noted in Orange on the 2nd of May. It was to assist the conversion of 13 to Oppo on Sundays from the 7th of July. In 1997, 2 Lynx came from Harrogate in District in March, numbered 296 and 297. They received red cream WHL livery, but were repainted blue cream later in the year. A 10.6 metre Dart SLF 501 was allocated to North Mymms in May for a 3-month trial. It worked with the 338 and 339 until mid-August, then moved to Stevenage where it worked with 383, 384 and finished the year at St Albans. 3 ex-London Country Olympians, 66, 68 and 69, came back from Keighley over the summer. They allocated to North Mymms and replaced single-deckers on the 366. That's Luton, Welwyn Garden City, Potters Bar. In 1998, on the 1st of February, the Premier Buses fleet, Huntingdon District, was acquired. This had been part of MK Metro and before that United Counties, and reference is from TLB 408. 6 white-bodied Volvo B6LE 602 to 604 and 606 to 608 were delivered for the 338, 339 and WH7 in early March and put into service. 608 was in WHL red cream. The allocation was split between North Mymms 606 to 608 and St Albans 602 to 604. 66, 68, 69, the Olympians were transferred loaned to Huntingdon. Expiry of the lease resulted in North Mymms closing under traffic on Saturday the 22nd of August. A new location at Blazefield in Wellington City became operational for the 23rd of August, although engineering work was done at Stevenage and the sources first lots newsletters. Now, on Flickr, this image of the G908 UPP, which is the regular bus on the 399, this is by Nick Doolan. This shows it in the Welwyn Hatfield Line red cream livery. This image by John Law shows K4 SBC in the Blazefield buses livery in St Albans. This image it says Sovereign bus, so I'm not sure who took it, but obviously I'll put a link anyway. But it shows it's on the G22 at North Mymms, and it shows the one of the Titans which has transferred from BTS, and you will see that the Olympians now had the black line dividing the blue from the cream, the modified livery. This image by April Welwyn shows the Olympian that was transferred to what was BTS, obviously now Sovereign, for the OPO conversion of the 13, because they didn't have enough buses on Sundays, which that's why it was transferred. So this is the bus in orange livery, somewhat unexpected, a London country Olympian finally making it into central London. And this image again, Sovereign bus, shows one of the new buses at the depot, and the purpose of this is that you can see the building in the background, and if you go onto Google Street View, this is August 2008. And you can see the building, obviously it's in use by Sullivan buses, but you can see a cross match between the building then, so you've got like an anchor between the two buildings. And if we go up to the current date, which is March 2023, you can see that at this point Sullivan buses is still there. And if we come out and go to the aerial shot and take that off, this is an aerial view of the depot, and you can see how far north we are. So if we go across, you can see we've got Brookman's Park Station here, so that's how far north we are. But I'll put links to the text and the Flickr images, Sovereign bus, April Welwyn, Sovereign bus, John Law and Nick Doolan in the description below the video. Again, if the descriptions for the Flickr images are too long, I'll cut down the text here, because obviously you can rewatch the video and pause it and then reread the text that I may have cut out. But that's an overview of the North Mymms depot of Sovereign.